first order of business. First order of business, man. So I'm sure you guys heard of the Bible, the holy Bible. You know, some people live by it, die by it. Some people have absolutely no faith in it, don't believe in it whatsoever. And depending on who you are, you fall somewhere in between. There are not a lot of people that's just on the fence. Majority is on one side or the other. Now you got people that's open to, you know, certain facts, certain things that come out, cause we in the information age. And you know, they curious, they hear this, they hear that, you know. Depending on how you was raised, depending on your family traditions and how deep rooted they are, will depend on how you sway in this situation. Some people don't want to hear the truth. They believe what they believe. It's been that way all their life and they ain't changing. And you got people like myself who already know what's up, who be trying to tell people, and a lot of times they don't listen. But it's alright. It's alright. I'm not the type of person to put my shit, my beliefs, my perceptions on other people. And I don't like when other people do it to me, so I respect it. You know, either way, truth is truth, whether you believe it or not. For the people that believe in the Bible, I got something for you today that you probably didn't even know about the Bible that you worship so much. Not saying you wrong or right for, you know, believing in the Bible. You're Christian, you're Judaist, Seventh-day Adventist, Baptist, whatever the fuck. You know, kudos to you. Just hear me out for a second if you're watching. You know, if you're one of those people. Now, you probably didn't know this. Of course, you know I'm gonna bring the receipts. I don't just be saying shit. Alright. Now, the Vatican. The Vatican is such an important place or common ground for the Bible. The Vatican is its own city-state, just like Washington, D.C. The Vatican is not the main talking point here. It's about the Bible, but the Vatican put this in motion as they pretty much put everything in motion. You know, this is where your Pope is at, your monarchs, like, you know, Queen Elizabeth, Prince Harry, you know, Prince Charles, all that shit. So this is a, you know, prominent place in, let's say, history. Not our history, but just history. Alright, currently, the King James Version. It's a bunch of versions of the Bible. That's what blows me, you know, about it. And Old Testament, New Testament, you had Moses, now you got Jesus. You know, they keep revising the shit. It's plenty different versions and additions to the Bible. That's a red flag to me, but I digress. The Bible originally, well, the Bible right now has 66 books within this one book, you know. So, but what hardcore Christians and just Bible lovers, what they don't know is it originally, that means when it first hit, when it first was established, it originally had 80 books. Now it started with 80, now it only has 66. And for the majority of like our lifetime, your grandmamas, your daddies, you know, it's pretty much been the same 66. But way back when it started out, it had 80. Why and what happened to those chapters? What were those chapters about? What did they have in it for them to take it out? These are all legitimate questions for the Vatican. It's all legitimate questions as to why it's like that now. Why is the Bible like it is now? Alright, so I have an article, of course. Alright, so the Vatican removed 14 books from the Bible in 1684 with no real explanation. Now I just spoke on that, like, this is something we believe in. This is something from God, the one and only. This is what life, this is basically the life instructions. Basically. So why would you remove 14 books from the Bible? Alright, we finna get into this. The Vatican removed 14 books from the Bible in 1684 with no real explanation. Typically when the Bible is brought up in conversation, what comes to mind is the source of truth that has not been tampered with. We would like to, hope that, think that. However, when this book was originally published, it contained 80 books, and current editions only have 66. And we have to wonder what exact purpose the removal of 14 books will serve. The Vatican Church, or Roman Catholic Church, has been associated with deceptions for ages. I know y'all heard that. Their atrocities have ranged from genocide many centuries ago against the Cathars to child molestation is in more recent years. We all know about the sex trafficking and all that. So, right on point. The Bible was originally translated from Latin into English in 1611. This original Bible contained 80 books, including a word I can't pronounce. You'll see it, which means hidden. Okay? These books made up the end of the Old Testament and including the following books. So these are the 14 missing books from the original version of the Bible. I'm finna read it. Esdras. 2. Esdras. So it's 2 S. Esdras. Tobit. That's 3. Judith. That's 4. The rest of Esther. Esther. The Wisdom of Solomon. Ecclesiastics. Baruch with the Epistotale Jeremiah. The Songs of the 3 Holy Children. The History of Susanna, Bel and the Dragon. The Prayer of Manasseh, Maccabees 1 and Maccabees 2. Those the 14 books. I pretty much fucked up on pronunciation of some of them. No shame in that. Cause some of this stuff I haven't, read till now as I'm, doing my show. Okay, so I'm gonna keep reading this last paragraph and we'll get back. Later in 1684, all of these books were removed from the Bible in all of its various versions. The only one left intact was the 1611 edition. In this first edition, Bible Jesus' name was spelled Iesus. I'm sure you all heard that the J didn't come into existence till, further in literature. Bible Jesus' name was spelled Iesus, pronounced Yahshua. You have to wonder why it was changed to Jesus, contrary to the original pronunciation and spelling. One of the most interesting books removed was the Wisdom of Solomon. Solomon is one of the most legendary biblical figures in the Bible, as he was the son of David and the wisest man that ever lived. Now, I'm going to stop it right there for a minute. Very, very interesting about these books. In the chapters in these books. Because not only did you have books in the Bible, it's books in the Bible. Well, the Bible is broke down in chapters. Chapter such and such, verse such and such. You know what I'm saying? So within these books, you have chapters. Here are some of the chapters. Okay, Book of Tobit, I gave you that one. Book of Judith. Book of Jubilees. Book of the Shepherd of Hermas. Book of Wisdom, Wisdom of Solomon, spoke on that. Book of Palms. Book of the Poems of Solomon, Book of the Odies of Solomon, Book of Giants, Book of Adam and Eve. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of chapters in these books, like Book of Adam and Eve 1 and 2 / the conflict of Adam and Eve with Satan. That's a chapter that was taken out. You get what I'm saying? And that's important. You know, we know about Adam and Eve, but we don't know what the fuck the relationship was or the conflict. And what did Satan have to do with anything? We know Adam and Eve from the serpent, snake, you know. So what are they saying? You know what I'm saying? Book of Giants. Now we all know, we all heard of giants, right? You know, they told us dinosaurs and shit, you know. So the Nephilim. I know you heard of the Nephilim, giants, you know. I know you heard of the Sumerians. Definitely know you heard of the Anunnakis. So these are entities that really existed. How do you think we got pyramids? How do you think we got all these profound infrastructures? You know what I'm saying? All over the world. You know what I'm saying? That we have never built again. You know? So keep that in mind. Let me just name some more. Testament of Abraham, Apocalypse of Moses, Apocalypse of Abraham, the Apostles' Creed, Story of Baal and the Dragon. So these books revealed a lot of myths that we think don't exist, didn't happen, a fairy tale, fiction. But these books, and I'm reading to you chapters as well, they will tell you that this shit was real, because this was the original version. You know what I'm saying? This was the original version with these books, these chapters. You know what I'm saying? So why did they take them out? You heard in the article, they just mysteriously took them out. And we need to know about Baal and the dragon. You know what I'm saying? We need to know about, you know, the apocalypse of Moses. You know what apocalypse means? Destruction. You know, the wisdom of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? As the article stated, Solomon was one of the profound figures in the quote-unquote Bible. So, and he has a whole book named after him, the Wisdom of Solomon, you know, in chapters. The Book of Giants. We need to know about giants. You know, what, how, where did they go, you know, type shit. And definitely the story of Adam and Eve, you know, the conflict and Adam and Eve and Satan. What do they all have to do with each other? So, for all the Bible lovers, I'm not attacking you. I'm not presenting this as if, ha, you're stupid. You don't even know your shit. Nah, this ain't that. This is for me to be like, question everything. You should question the Bible. Why do you even love this shit so much? Why do you believe in it so much? You know, you go to church. You've been going to church for I don't know how many years. You know what I'm saying? How long does it take to go through one book? You know, really, like seriously. You know, how long? Like, once again, I digress. But that was just something, you know, to put on your brain, man. To for you to do your own research like I did and, you know, put it out to the people. I can go in depth a little more, but I'll say that for like, you know, topic number 2 or part 2 or something. Because it's a lot to go into. It's a lot I can go further with and dig up, you know. But, you know, I gotta make sure you on the level though, you know. So this level 1, you know, conquer level 1, and then we gonna go to level 2. And as far as the Vatican, it's a lot of things hidden up under the Vatican, up under it. You know what I'm saying? There's a big museum up under the Vatican. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit hidden from us, and it's all there in the Vatican. You know what I'm saying? All there. So it's just something to put on your brain, and, you know, tap in, and like I said, do your own research, and get back at me and tell me what